Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and this is a video response going out to What the Hell book. How did we get it so wrong? And I think I want to take time to have a little discussion on hell. And what happened was the dimension of hell that was created mostly a place where your enemies would go. People ended up finding their friends there, and that troubled them. And a lot of people leave Christianity because they fall into disillusionment over that idea. And Christianity, because hell is becoming irrelevant, is putting on a PR campaign to try to turn the tide and to culturally change hell to make it something either non-existent or something that's more tolerable. And they're trying to tame the very monster that they helped to build up and create. And I find it really interesting. So books like the one I just stated, and stuff coming out from Rob Bell, and these more liberal evangelicals, they're just on the PR campaign to make everything more acceptable, so people stay. I think that with modern evangelical theology, the horribleness is repressed. We're okay with heaven. Actually, there was a book on the New York Times bestseller list, Heaven is Real. You know, I don't know how many hell books made the best time seller list for the New York Times. Actually, anyways, but we still carry it around with us. And if you're going to read biblical literature, you have to understand that it is a fair and foul thing. So yeah, we get our heavens, but we can't have our heavens without our hells. And I like to compare it to nature. People don't have a rough time with views of nature. Nature gives us things we need, but she wouldn't bat an eye in destroying us with diseases, plagues, famines, earthquakes. And there are probably some hippies that run around saying we need to be one with nature, nature's all loving. They'd have their heads in the sand if they only built up that loving part and repressed the terribleness of it. And I think that's what is happening today. Through the repression of hell, it's losing its numinosity. Whereas before, it was a place where unjust people went. So if you were treated unjustly, if a neighboring culture was coming in to try to assimilate you to their beliefs, to their way of life, killing and maiming your friends and loved ones and children, and taking everything that you have to force you into forced assimilation, you would want to put them in the most terrible spot. Because the reasoning is, if justice isn't handed out in this life, when would it ever be? And if the divine is a just God, then surely, if they did not pay in this life, they will pay in the next. So that kind of worked fine until Jesus came. And the New Testament ended up switching it around to where now we see friends and family in there, and we don't like that. So now we need to soften the blow. We need to soften the punch. We need to take the numinosity out of it a little bit to make it more palatable. And there's always going to be ultra-conservatives and fundamentalists and atheists to remind the evangelicals about it. Because all those people, the Fred Phelpses and the Richard Dawkinses, they read the literature also. And we happen to know better. So what I'm interested in is how this will transpire. Belief systems, rituals, coming of age rites, symbols are culturally based. The hell of Judaism at the time of Job, maybe, is not the same as the hell in Judaism in modern times. And the hell of Christianity, say, of Christ, is not the hell of today. It's constantly changing. Deities constantly change, and I remember reading a portion when I read the play Prometheus Bound. One of the things that he was punished for, besides giving fire to man, was also giving man a false sense of hope. Maybe it's optimism. And death, we know, is never late. It's always on time, and it comes swiftly and promptly. And as finite human beings, that kind of scares us. So we would like to think there's something else out there. So we create these dimensions. We even move them around. You know, like purgatory or dimensions like limbo. We move it around. So I'm pretty interested in seeing where this PR campaign is going. And also, like Prometheus said about Zeus, he knew Zeus's beginning, just like the son takes over the father. He knew of Zeus's end. Zeus couldn't stand that. I also have studied plenty, and I know of Hell's beginning, and I'm interested in how its end is going to end up. And it's books like these that paved the way for that to happen. So, but will we be rid of it? No, it's just repressed. It wells up within people, and it's projected. So it may be repressed for a little while, but it'll be back for sure. So this is very interesting to me. Take care, friends, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.